Welcome, everyone. Welcome into Purple LunaRose, Tarot, and Astrology. Guys, today we're going to look at some feminine energy. I did do a reading like this the other day for just the masculine. We normally do them together, but I was drawn to put them separate. So we're going to be talking about the feminine energy today. Hi, Sandra. Sandra's first one in. I must sense Diana's coming, right? I almost jumped the gun, right? All right, so here's what we're going to talk about today, guys. We're going to talk about Ascension Symptoms. I'm actually going to show you what some of these symptoms are that you could be feeling, and then we're going to talk about what you can do about it, right? I was just talking to Diana and Sandra this morning, and I was telling them, oh, thank you, Sandra, that I had read this article that this lady had wrote on Facebook. It was a beautiful article that talked about a very vulnerable article that talked about why she had this like anxiety when she goes over bridges. And the funny part is that I'm fixing to have to drive myself right over one of the scariest bridges, I think. And I've always wondered like why I had such, weird feelings when I get to these bridges. And in this story, she talks about her karmic partner and how he would treat her when he was, behind the wheel of a vehicle, and the things he would say definitely caused her anxiety, right? And her feelings of fear for these, bridges and overpasses. And I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. And it really like put the puzzle pieces together for me. So I was like, oh, that's why I have this feeling, right, whenever I get to these bridges, because the story she told about her ex-karmic partner and the things that she had went through were very similar to my own journey. And so I could definitely relate. So yeah, it was really interesting. But then I was like, how come they never tell us what to do about it, right? Because I mean, I'm glad that I know why I feel this way when I get to these bridges and overpasses, but like, what can I do about it, right? So today we are going to talk about Ascension Symptoms. What is Ascension? The symptoms you may be having, and then we're going to talk about what you can do about it. I will be doing a current feminine energy reading. We will look at head, heart, and higher self space. And I'll be doing that after. All right, so let's get to it. First, let's talk about like what is ascension, right? So when you're experiencing your spiritual awakening, your consciousness is expanding, right? So in other words, your thoughts and your beliefs about how your life is or what life is, like as you've known it to this point, is changing, right? And it's not just like it's just changing, it's you're getting a whole new meaning to everything. So it's like the foundation which you've built your life on is not there anymore, right? It's gone. When we go through spiritual awakenings, we tend to be stripped of everything, friends, family, jobs, clubs, things that we've put all kinds of time and years into, right? And that's the spiritual awakening, is removing all of that away, because now that foundation has to be rebuilt on actual facts. So that's what happens when you're having a spiritual awakening. And ascension is the symptoms that you feel when you're going through like big shifts. There's Diana. Hi, Michelle on Facebook, and Suzanne on YouTube. Greetings. So that's what ascension is. It's like you're awakening, you're expanding your knowledge, and when you get these big downloads, you have like these big you rise, right? Remember, guys, everyone doesn't experience a spiritual awakening in this lifetime. Some people are born and they learn the things that are programmed for them to learn, and they never break free of that program. They live their entire life that way. They never see any types of signs or experience any types of awakenings or ascension. But for those of you that are, you could have ascension symptoms. Again, really quickly, I want to mention lots of things can cause spiritual awakenings. I wrote down trauma, which could be mental or physical. So for mental, I think a really good example is a loss of a loved one. A physical, a good example could be like a car accident. These things can definitely catapult your spiritual awakening. PLR is here. Me, hi, Rosa, is here because I met a twin flame, right? And I know it's just a label, but it just means that I met the other half of my soul, or my, it's my soul just simultaneously incarnated in this lifetime, experienced this situation, and it catapulted my spiritual awakening. Some people are in search of spiritual awakenings, guys. Some people like go looking for it. Like they have all the money, all the food, they have all the love, they have all the things, and they're like, you know what, this isn't enough for me. I know there's more out there, and they purposely leave everything. So instead of it being stripped away from them, they strip everything away and they go to find God, right? And that's like in search of. So that definitely happens. But part of the process is the expansion, is where this is like the knowledge is expanding. And some of these symptoms are going to be on your screen here. So ear ringing was one of the first ones I noticed was really common. And why does your ears ring? Well, I went and found out that it's because it's your ears adjusting to higher frequencies, right? Makes sense. Sleep interruptions. So you're waking up a lot, or you're not getting as much sleep as usual, or it's not as good sleep as usual. I've been going through both of those things, I feel like, for the last several days. And what that is you're processing what's holding you back. So let's think about it a little bit. What are you thinking about when you wake up and you can't sleep? Well, you're thinking about that thing that's holding you back, right? So it's just you processing that information. Feeling energetically drained. Guys, you're actually not energetically drained. All your energy is focused on clearing out your physical body. So that's why you're feeling drained. It's because it's tired. It's on overload. It's working really hard, right? You may also feel some sudden changes in body temperature. I put on there that I thought this was menopause. I swear I did. If the room got really cold, I thought there was like a ghost in here trying to talk to me, because we're doing the mediumship. Guys, not all spirits bring in cold temperatures. um, but then I thought, well, it's menopause. I'm having a hot flash, right? This is the heat's a hot flash. No, it's not a hot. Come to find out, I'm not even in menopause. I'm in some weird thing called premenopausal something. I just got the pre part when she said it. I have no idea what the rest of the word was. But in other words, like I'm not quite there. This is just the horrendous part before we get to the other horrendous part. So I'm like, oh, great, yay. So it wasn't that was causing my body changes in temperature either, right? But it definitely felt like a hot flash. Like it would get super hot and it would get hotter and hotter. And I was like, oh my gosh, how much hotter can this go, right? Or it would get super cold. Like I said, like I thought there was like a spirit coming to say, hey, we need to read for somebody or something like that, right? Suzanne says, why may I ask, have I rarely dreamt? Actually, you dream all the time. You just don't remember your dreams. A little bit different. But guys, if you don't remember your dreams, I say sometimes just journaling can help with that. You can just get up in the morning, write those first few thoughts of the day down, and you could really actually pull some messages from your dreams. And over time could help you start remembering your dreams. All right, so back to the Ascension symptoms. Another one is increased sensitivity to nature. That's going to be everything, guys. Birds, trees, flies, the air. I mean, everything. And the reason this is happening is because you're learning about oneness. You're learning that you're a part of this whole thing, right? I also put more synchronicities on there because we definitely see like it's almost like a burst of them when this is happening. And we're more introverted, which means we really want to go within and find these answers. We may be spending more time on our own, like me, right? And we may like be doing this purposely, like not able to really handle other people's energy. So it's like we have to really protect our own. And so those are going to be some of the symptoms that you guys may be feeling. Let me know in the comments. Are you guys feeling these? The ear ringing, the sleep interruption, feeling like you're super drained, like you've been running a marathon because your body really is running a marathon. The changes in temperature, or my favorite was the increased sensitivity to nature. I started noticing all the birds. I started noticing that the birds are like, okay, don't laugh at me, guys, but they're talking to me, right? Like some will come up and like peck on the window. Some will come up and like fly right next to me. Miss Tina used to tell me about this hummingbird that she used to have that comes to visit her on her front porch. She'll just sit there and like fly right in front of her face, right? And it's just so weird to think that we're connected to all of this. I've even been watching like the way the leaves on the tree sway. I know it's just weird, right? But it's just like all of it is coming in so quickly. Look at Diana says, don't forget your spider visitor. I know, right? And that's another thing I've been learning is I used to be the kill all animals and get them out of my home person. Definitely. I'm really sorry about that. But I was the, if it got in my space, I smashed it, I killed it, I did whatever. That is changing. And now I realize like it's a soul too and has every right to live too, right? So yeah, lots of different stuff changing. But let's talk about like what we can do about it, right? Like what is it that we can actually do to kind of alleviate some of these symptoms, right? All right. So there's just some things that I found that can help you with the ascension symptoms. Doesn't mean it's going to take it completely away, right? The first thing I put on there is always check with your doctor first, because guys, we could definitely be struggling with like some self-doubt, and we're like, this may not be a spiritual awakening. Maybe I'm losing my hearing. Who knows, right? So go to the doctor first and find out. And then when the doctor says your hearing's fine, you can be like, oh, okay, Rose is right. It's, ascension symptoms, right? So knowledge is power, guys. Always, always. So make sure to check with your doctor anytime you feel like something just isn't right. I definitely in my 40s, I'm 44 now, right? So I didn't start going to the doctor until I literally turned 40. And then I was like, okay, I'm an adult now. I guess I have to go to the doctor more often. But it definitely helps alleviate my anxiety and my self doubts. Work with the energy. Guys, this is mine. This is totally PLR right here. I've been saying this since day one. Work with the energy, not against the energy. It is the path of least resistance. So if you're working against the energy, it's like you're trying to do everything the opposite, and it's like you're hitting one hurdle after another. And you're like, Rosa, how do I work with the energy? Ready? I'm going to give you the answer. It's magic. It's like this: acceptance. You have to accept that the energy is there for you to work with. Once you accept that, then you can work with that energy, and you're no longer going against it. You're no longer resisting the change, right? You can also seek spiritual teachers or coaches. Hi, that's me, right? It's what we're doing here. And they can definitely help you move through the ascension process, again, because knowledge is power, guys. So you find someone that's been through it or is going through it, is doing the work to go find out, like, why is this happening to us, right? Guys, I promise you, you're not the first person on this planet that experience whatever it is you experience. You can go find the answers. It just takes a small bit of effort. But if you feel like I've looked, I don't know, I can't find the answers, go seek those spiritual teachers and coaches. We're out there everywhere shining our light, and it's our purpose. So when you're out here seeking us, it's like you're helping us fulfill our purpose. So go find one, right? Connect with your own spirit guides. And I know people are like, what, Rosa? I used to think this through. Like whenever I was started to read tarot, and whenever I first started my twin flame awakening, I was like, connect with my spirit guides. What the heck is that, right? Like, what are spirit guides? Guys, our soul has an entire team. I mean, there's marketers, there's bosses, managers, there's shift leaders. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there is a whole team that runs and helps you and supports you and encourages your soul's journey. So connect with them. And if you're asking me, like, Rosa, I can't just pick up my phone and call them. No, actually you can. Close your eyes and do a little meditation. And before you know it, guys, is it going to happen the first time? I don't know. Maybe. Some people say it does. Not me. It took me several years to connect with my spirit guides. It's actually a very recent situation. And I think the reason that it took me so long was because I was really worried about what people would say. Oh my gosh, Rosa's talking to herself. You know what I mean? And I feel like once I let go of that, it was easy for me to connect and start getting those messages. And just ask. I mean, that's what I do. Just ask. You guys remember the white feather story in January? No joke, guys. Just ask. All right. Also, join a like-minded spiritual community. This is very important. I'm going to read it again. A like-minded spiritual community. If you're a twin flame and you try to go to, I don't know, what's another spiritual community that's not a twin flame, and you start talking about your twin flame and how you hear them telling you things and how you feel drawn to go to them and how you know what I'm saying? They're going to look at you like you're nuts, right? That's why you guys like me so much. That's why I get so busy and the one-on-ones are so amazing. It's because I know what you're talking about and you know what I'm talking about because we are on the same spiritual path. I'm not saying that other spiritual communities won't bring you support and encouragement. Of course they will, but they may not bring the exact type that you need at that moment. So find like-minded spiritual communities and they will help support and encourage you through your ascension symptoms. All right, guys, that's it. That's the information I had. So I do want to do a quick energy check-in for the feminine. I will look at current energy, head, heart, and higher self space. And then at the end, I will pull guidance. Guidance is going to come. I think I'm going to use, I was talking about it yesterday. Miss L had gifted me the Angel Inspiration Oracle. So I think that's what I'm going to pull for guidance. And we're going to do for both the masculine and the feminine. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Suzanne says, I have this cardinal. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the animals, they're sinking everywhere, right? Everywhere. All right, guys, let's get to it. All right, so I pulled out the Sacred Destiny by Denise Lynn. Sandra gifted me these when I went to visit her in March. And they quickly became one of my favorites. We're going to use the Triple Goddess Tarot to clarify. Excuse me. And then we're going to do, I am going to pull some messages, but I'm going to do higher self messages. I think I did that for the masculine reading. Guys, I did post that masculine reading already, so if you've missed it, you can find it on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page. I'm not sure if it'll still be up on Twitch. I know Twitch usually tends to only keep like the last 3 or 4 videos. All right, remember, guys, no masculine energy today. We're looking at feminine energy. So if you're on the same spiritual journey that I'm on, you most likely will resonate with the divine feminine energy. So when you hear people talking about the divine feminine energy, you're like, oh, yeah, that's my story, right? Ooh, several came out. Openness comes out. Love comes out. Flow comes out. Adventure and change comes out. So openness, when I seen it, I almost seen oneness. I want to say oneness is a card in here. I'm not going to go look for it, but I feel like it is. But you see the moon? Guys, this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is on May 5th, and this is a very powerful full moon. I feel like I can say that until I'm blue in the face, and people aren't really going to understand what that means. Scorpio is death and transformation. Full moon is release. And eclipse means that the lunar eclipse means the full moon is 3 times more potent than normal. So put all those pieces together. and you have something very powerful. All right, so I'm going to look at openness first. Openness first. I want to see. Remember, this is your current energy right now. The Fool. So it's like the openness is that, well, it's the expansion, right? It's the ascension. It's the expansion of your knowledge. It's like now you are more willing to take this leap of faith. That's the Fool card. Like you're more willing to start this journey. I just want to say this is Triple Goddess Tarot, and Triple Goddess Tarot, there's two Fool cards. One of them, she's fully prepared. One of them, she's like in a t-shirt and barefoot. The purpose of the second one is to say that you're supposed to have faith in spirit and know that if this is your time for your journey, take that leap, right? However, the second Fool card, it was like she said, you know what? I do have faith in spirit, but I think if I take this leap now, then it's going to be more challenging for me. It's going to be more difficult. So instead, I'm going to prepare, right? Love, I feel like it's just unconditional love. So we have Five of Swords coming out. Be careful of your thoughts. For flow, I've got it's a Star, Aquarius energy. Purification, cleansing. I feel like that's why things could be flowing faster. So you could be in this energy, feminines, where you feel like things have been going really slow. And the reason they were going slow was because you were preparing for something, right? I feel like you're touching, see how her toe is like barely touching the water? It's like you're kind of like tipping your toe in there, just kind of testing the water out. Are you ready to go? I feel like you may sense that the moment you fully go in, it's going to carry you, right? Like it's going to go. It's so interesting. It's reminding me of my lake. Let me see if I can get it down without breaking it. Okay, so this is my lake, guys. This is where I had my spiritual awakening. But this is Lake Barkley in Cadiz, Kentucky. Okay, so Lake Barkley is actually it's a lake, but it has a river that runs through it, right? So there's a constant current that runs through this lake. So it's not like it's not like a lake where the water just sits, you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like there's this current, and it's like the moment you get into that center part of the lake, you have to be very cautious about that current. And it's kind of like that's what I'm feeling. It's like you're putting your toe in, you're just kind of tipping in there just a little bit, testing it out, because you know that the moment you go with this, it's just going to flow, right? Adventures and change are here, and that kind of just gives me another big confirmation. New communication. So I feel like you're going to get new clarity, and we were talking about spirit guides. This could be like new communication with your masculine energy. I feel like it is. It's like clarity. It's like the energy is saying, hey, I'm fixing to do this, this, and this, and that helps the feminine energy go, oh, okay, this is what I need to be doing next, right? All right, so for the change card, 2 came out, the Magician and the Healer card. I love it. This is actually the Strength card. So it's number 8. It's a Strength card, Leo energy, very strongly. But it's actually the card that says, and remember, Triple Goddess Tarot. So every tarot is going to be a little bit different than like the regular Rider Waite, right? But it does say that you have this internal strength, but you have purpose, and you're supposed to use it for something. And see how she's like had her hands over the animal, and like she's healing the animal. Those of you that are drawn to me, that like my messages pull out your heartstrings, I'm sure several people have told you that there's something about your touch. There's something about your own hands. There's something about your own energy that flows through your hands. And you could have actually like physically experienced it. So some of you may be healers of some sort already, right? And you use your hands to do so. But some of you may not realize that you have this ability just yet. So like you could just be touching someone. You could just be I don't know, let's say someone's injured, their back hurts, you rub it and they're like, oh my gosh, that helps so much. How did you do that? Right? A lot of you kind of hear these kind of comments when you don't realize that you have these abilities. The Magician is also here. So I feel like an overall energy here is that both of the masculine, I really wanted to stick to just the feminine, but I do feel like both. It's coming from this side too. So it's like both energies have manifested together. new communication, new clarity, and really just following a purpose. I feel like a lot of us are really getting done with the, oh, I need them to come back or I can't function without them nonsense, right? I feel like both sides clearing that up, but feminine very strongly like taking the lead. Seven of Cups is on the bottom. Seven of Cups tells me like you're going to get new choices. You're going to get new options. All right. Let's do a little head, heart, and higher self space. All right. So in the head space, we have the trust card. I don't think that spirit saying, oh, you need to trust. I feel like feminine has it, knows it. Most likely there's been reunion, right? Or new communication of some sort. And it's like now you have this, the feminine energy has this confirmation. Oh, I'm not out here doing this all by myself. Oh, this is a real thing. Oh, I'm not crazy. Oh, they are going to just keep coming back over and over and over and over, right? It's like once you have that knowledge, then it's like it sinks in and you can go, right? You can fully submerge and go with the flow, right? I feel like that's what's happening in the headspace. It's like there's trust now. May not be as good as we would all like it to be, but there is trust. Protection is here in the heart space, so feminine energy could be protecting the heart space. I feel like for some of you, this too many, way too many. It's like for some of you, there's something could be happening. So if right now there's not new communication or it's minimal, it could be very minimal. It's like I see the lightning, like it's here and there. It's for your own protection, definitely. Some of you could be fearful of the ascension symptoms that you're feeling, and so it's like you're closing off the heart space. You're willing to have the transformation, though. It's like you're finally ready to stop resisting the energy, right? And work with the energy. So like that's why transformation is here, higher self space, opportunity. So, okay, the opportunity, do you see the moon? I love these cards, Sandra. Okay, the opportunity is the moon. Okay, the opportunity is Pluto squaring up to this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, and to Mars and to the North Node. It's like Pluto is bringing it right now. Okay, so it's like this. We could look at this as, oh, that scary planet's bringing all this death and transformation, and I just want to go run and hide under my blanket. Okay, we can look at it that way, or we can look at it as there's 500 things I need to do, and I really only have the time to work on one of them. Pluto comes in and is like, okay, let me help you all at once. Bam, fixed. Now go forward. See? So yes, we can see it as this big, scary thing that's going to be super difficult and challenging, or we can see it as an opportunity to finally get on with it, right? All right, let's pull a little guidance. So what all did we see down there? We saw some air signs, the Fool, the Self. It could be Aries, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Virgo, and Scorpio, right? Like the Scorpio is everywhere, thick. Sandra says, last night my hands were so worn, I rubbed my mom so her sensor would reiterate. Nanny Manny on Twitch. Thank you, Nanny. All right, here's the guidance, guys. Here's the guidance. Don't forget, guys, I am taking Friday and Saturday off. I'd love to say that it's just a me time, but I just need to go do some adulting. I have a doctor's appointment and need to work on the plates. A quick check home with the kids and the grandkids, and then I will be back Tuesday, guys. I'll be back Tuesday. For those of you that helped me fill up my day today, thank you so much. I think I posted that I had 2 available one-on-ones and they were full within 30, 45 minutes. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have one more today. All right, so friendship comes out, but it's the mirror. So for those of you that are thinking when I'm talking and you're sensing like another person and it's a masculine person and it's a person that you've had this experience with, a friendship should be the goal right now. Self-reflection should be the goal right now. Embrace change also came out. Change also came out in the reading. So like it's here. Pluto's here. Like the full moon eclipse season is here. It's May 5th, but remember guys, this energy, the portals are open for several days before, several days after. So keep those things in mind. Change is here. You have 37 and 29. 15, face your challenges. Guys, do you see the bridge? Do you see the wooden rickety bridge? The one that when people jump on, you just want to throw them over it? Yes, that bridge. This is so neat. I have to drive over this bridge. All right, so Miss Tina, I've done messaged her and she's like, there's breath work, right? We could do some breath work. I'm definitely going to get up and meditate in the morning, right? I'm going to make sure that I'm leaving when my mindset is that it's, at the best. But I have to face it. Like I can't just keep sitting in my room staring at my car out the window. That's ridiculous, right? So face your challenges, face your challenges. All right. Cooperate is here. And this is the twin card in the Angel Inspiration Oracle. Cooperate. It's not going to be exactly how you want it, feminine. Cooperate. Work with the energy, not against the energy. Now, does that mean like this person can, I don't know, take advantage and vampire suck all your juice? No, absolutely not. You can have boundaries. You can have responsible, respectful boundaries and not just completely cut somebody off, right? Like you can protect yourself at the same time that you're enjoying yourself. Like it doesn't have to be one or the other. Cooperate, balance, right? Harmony, again, more balance. And 14, show justice comes out. This is interesting to me. This is giving me like spirit source is saying this is what's happening. So if you're feeling those ascension symptoms that we talked about at the beginning of the video, if this reading is pulling at your heartstrings, there has been a great injustice. And what's happening is it's being like cosmically balanced out. And that's why Pluto is so impactful in this energy. Remember, this particular Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is on the Aries Libra axis. Do you see the Libra in the card? I mean, all right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. This says party at Messina. No, not quite. Not this weekend anyway. That was a couple weekends back. All right, guys, I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I unfortunately do not have time to offer any free readings today. Please remember, I will be gone this weekend. Sunday, we do have a special live on Sunday, guys. If you have not heard about it yet, I am going to share it. We do still have, I believe, 6 spots left. Guys, this is a private, unlisted live event. That means the only way you can come and join us is if I give you the link. And the only way to get the link, it is a paid event, is to make a payment of $11.11. So it's $11.11, guys. You can send it to my PayPal or my Cash App. You can message me to let me know you've made that payment. And links go out 1 hour before the live event starts. And this is going to be on Sunday, guys. I will be at Miss Tina's on Sunday, which is really interesting because I'm going to be back home when all this is happening. We are going to talk a little bit, it's back to the roots, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about my personal journey, how it all started and where I'm at today. I'm going to talk about your North Node. I want you guys to start studying your birth chart so that you can see that you have all this information at the tip of your fingers. So we're going to talk about the North Node and how that kind of shows you what your purpose is. So all of that, plus, of course, the May 2023 current energy update for both masculine and feminine, along with messages from your person and guidance. So all of that is going to be Sunday, April 30th at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Message me if you would like one of those last 6 spots. Sunday night, as long as everything goes well and I'm not, like completely worn out. I may do some free readings Sunday night for everyone, but I haven't decided, so I won't post that just yet. As of right now, it looks like I won't be back until Tuesday. All right, guys, I love you so very much. I'm always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a great weekend.